Yo, what's up, gentle folk? Gently here. We are back with yet another reaction, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're not checking out some music, we are checking out the unhelpful guide to Babymetal. This is something that's been requested quite a lot because I'm a new Babymetal fan. I don't really know much about them, to be honest. Like, I only know what I know from watching the videos and from you telling me like different like facts and things about them. So I thought maybe it's a good time to actually, before we check any more music, we find out more about Babymetal, see what they're about, and you know, maybe that could help improve the reaction slightly more if I have a bit more information about where they came from, who they are, and stuff like that. So that'd be cool. I think that's pretty much it. So this can be a long one. This is going to be a pretty long reaction. This is probably the longest reaction I've ever done, but yeah, let's get straight to it. Okay, so before we get started, if you enjoy this reaction, please subscribe, hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. Also, I stream on Twitch 5 days a week, streaming on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. If you'd like to have some time, click the link down in the description below. If you'd like to check out the Patreon, that helps to support the channel. You guys get access to different reactions, stuff that got blocked. You can request reactions, vote for different reaction videos, and much more. And yeah, if you'd like to support the channel further, link is down in the description below. I'd really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get straight to it.
Oh hey there, this is my first time making a video like this, so I hope it goes well, and is entertaining and educational lol.
Sure
this is a mildly unhelpful, but also hopefully mildly helpful guide to...
Wait, what? By some loser who should be working on a thesis but is instead doing this. Grad school be damned, I guess.
This is a mildly unhelpful, but also hopefully mildly helpful guide to...
Babymetal,
a J-pop metal fusion band formed in 2010 by Japanese company Amuse. Speaking of Amuse, they are notoriously quick with copyright claims, so I tried to keep everything concise enough to make it past them. Please cross your fingers they don't decide to claim this for literal seconds of songs. One thing I do need to say first, because it bothers me to no end, Babymetal is one singular word. There is not a space in it. There has never been a space in it. I know it can be kind of confusing, since it's usually stylized with baby on top and metal below, but it really is one word. Anyway, that's enough for the intro.
Savage.
Ladies, non-binary folk, etc. Without further ado, let's get into it. Firstly,
okay, who says the flashing lights probably should watch.
before we get straight into Babymetal, we need to get into their origins.
Oh, okay,
the
here we go.
group started as a club, or subunit, of the J-pop group Sakura Gakuin, which has the school concept, and is meant to educate girls, to prepare
for real,
them
they
for
had
the
like a 10-member like band, artist, whatever you want to call them, dance group, I don't know. Well, I guess we're going to find out, but damn, I didn't know that they originated from this. This is crazy. I didn't know that like they didn't start off knowing they were going to do metal. I'm pretty sure from like Doki Doki Morning, when I reacted to that, people were telling me, and I don't know how true that is. I'm guessing it is, but I'm hoping this video will tell me, so let's keep going.
Entertainment industry. The youngest in the group are 10, and once they reach 15, they graduate and move on to whatever they choose.
Okay.
Many go into acting or continue singing. There is even one graduate who does voice acting for Love Live.
That's insane.
Side note, why does this robot man say Gakuin better than pretty much every non-Japanese person?
Gakuin.
Wow, a Japanese speaking icon. Although,
you can't say
it is
icon,
really
though.
said like.
Gakuin, thank you.
He did his best though. Okay, moving on. Because Sakura Gakuin is meant to be an idol school, there are various different clubs, or subunits, that members participate in. Babymetal was formed as the Metal Club, and they originally debuted as a trio with one lead singer, or vocal and dance, as well as two sides, classified as scream and dance. The members are lead...
So they came from Sakura Gakuin. They went off and decided to do metal. Sue obviously doing the vocals, and Yui and Moa doing more dancing choreography stuff. With obviously Black Babymetal being a thing as well, so they have more of an opportunity to do vocals themselves. But yeah, there is a lot for me to find out. I'm already learning a lot. I'm only 2 minutes in, so.
Sumetal, and sides Yuimetal, and Moametal. Some of the other units in the group include dancing, the Cooking Club Mini Patty, who released the absolute banger Rachati Curry, and the Baton Club Twinkle Stars, which both Yui and Moa were also a part of during their time in the group.
Baton Club.
Sue, however, was only ever in the Metal Club, probably because, as the lead vocalist, she had the most parts. Now for some specifics. Okay. Babymetal is the originator of a metal subgenre referred to as Kawaii metal, or cute metal, as it meshes the girls' J-pop background with a dark metal sound. Their producer, Kobametal, formed the group as he had wanted to experiment with combining these two different genres together. He chose each of the original 3 specifically. Sue was chosen for her strong vocals and powerful stage presence. Yui and Moa for their twin-like appearance, short statures, compatible voices, and unparalleled cute energy. Babymetal.
I've been saying in some other reactions how well in sync they are, like with all the choreography and stuff. Like, imagine live, it feels completely different to doing it, you know, in a different setting where obviously you're just learning the choreography and stuff. But live, it's surely going to be a whole nother experience. Like, I imagine the nerves to be absolutely insane. So the fact that they can, you know, be so in sync with each other and just put on a really great performance is amazing.
Debuted at Sakura Gakuin's first show on November 28, 2010 with their song Doki Doki Morning. They continued to perform only at SG shows for a few years, before announcing their first concert series in 2012, which would mark the first time they performed with their live band as well. This band is known as the Kami Band. Yeah. They have a few musicians who switch out, but generally have had the same set, play with them, since 2012. And no, these aren't the only musicians who have played, or currently play with them, but these guys have done a huge bulk of Babymetal's shows over the years.
They are fucking insane musicians as well.
There are a few others, sure, but these are the guys you will see the most. Also, it is important to note that Babymetal was created so as to give girls and young women a group to look to for inspiration and relatable songs. The group is meant for women, so if any old metal dude tries to gatekeep the fandom because you're a young woman or you don't like metal, please remind them of this fact.
やっぱりベビーメタルの歌詞は結構私たちとか女の子が共感できる歌詞がたくさん込められていて、だから私たちも歌っていてすごく歌いやすいし、あとはそういう意味でもメタルとかを知らない女の子とかにもたくさん聴いてもらえてるんじゃないかなって思ってます。
The group really was meant as
I reckon loads of women who found out about Babymetal didn't expect to get into them. I feel like maybe some people who aren't into metal might be sort of drawn away from the fact that there's metal in the name. If they don't like metal, they usually won't check it out. But in this case, I think they've given it a chance probably and found actually this is really enjoyable. It's different. So
just a subunit in SG, but ended up continuing on despite the graduation concept as Babymetal's popularity and committed fan base gave Muse a reason to keep the group together, even as each of the girls graduated from Sakura Gakuin. So, even though Sue graduated 2 years before the others, she stayed in the club, as did Moa, and Yui once they graduated as well. Babymetal performed as this trio for 7 years, but everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Wait, no, not that. Huh? Everything did change, but we'll get to that. First, let's get to know the original 3, the Holy Trinity, if you will. Sumetal, or Nakamoto Suzuka, was born on the 20th of December 1997.
Same year as
me.
She
is an absurdly talented and stable vocalist who literally never flubs singing live. We stan a queen. She started her career young, doing modeling and singing. She also went to an acting school in her native Hiroshima. In 2007, she signed with Muse, and originally debuted in a J-pop group called Karen Girls in 2008. The group only lasted about a year as it was formed to sing songs for an anime. During her pre-SG days, she also formed a duo with her older sister Himeka, who is a former member of J-pop group Nagizaka 46. She ended up being chosen for Sakura Gakuin and eventually Babymetal because, despite being tiny at the time, she caught producer Kobametal's eye due to her strong presence and vocals.
Hell yeah.
Now for some bits about lovely Queen Sue. She has the most lethal death glare of all time.
Don't mess with Sue, bro. Do not mess with Sue.
She will glare at you, but still very small, standing at about 5'1".
It's great to meet you. You guys are awesome.
Let's make chocolate, okay? See you soon!
She is always very professional and is an interview champ.
明日にライブを控えているので、すごく楽しみだし、またここに戻ってこれてすごく今幸せです。I was really nervous, but after a few songs, the audience is the hands in air and they're screaming, and yeah, I'm a really great time. It's really good. We are
good at English, to be fair.
Honored. At first, we are very nervous, but after a few songs, the audience react to our singing and dancing. They are doing the folk sign and singing along. It was great.
Her stage presence is truly something to behold. Watching her at any point is a treat. They have been singing some of their songs for nearly a decade, but you would never guess that watching Sue. She puts her all into every performance, and is just amazing to watch. She is seriously one of those singers who sounds much better live every time. Her voice has matured a lot as well, and she has been able to portray more emotion with her voice. She has been sounding better and better recently, and I'm immensely proud.
She does sound great live, like at least from the videos I've seen. Am I doing that right?
Tell me why you know that it is the end of the world.
Bruh.
Tell me why you know it's the truth.
Here is a small voice comparison.
Oh, the only problem with some of this is I'm gonna probably hear some things I haven't actually checked out yet, but that's okay.
She has a drastic on-off switch. In other words, she is the cutest queen, but she also eats men's souls for breakfast.
Oh.
Amazing. Come. Definitely come.
God, that death glare is kind of scary, isn't it?
Also, she has been crucified on 3 separate occasions. Is this important? Probably not. But I felt the overwhelming need.
It's for fucking dope stage performance, right? Stage presence. It was on Def, I think, Legend 1997 that I saw that. And it surprised the crap out of me, but it was so fucking awesome.
To put it in any way. So here you go.
Is this the same performance? I don't think it. That's the one, I think. Yeah, that's the one I saw. She's done it 4 times. I remember this being dope as hell. I don't get how you can't call them metal. Like, this shit like this. If you haven't seen a Babymetal live video, you can't not call Babymetal metal. Like, especially. I just feel like their performances make them more metal, if that makes sense. Because they do some crazy shit, man. They do some crazy shit. As you can see.
Anyway, Sumetal is a queen deserving of all the love and respect in the world. Next up, Yuimetal, or Mizuno Yui,
I don't know much
born
about
on
Yui.
the 20th of June 1999. You may hear her referred to as. She is known to be the best dancer of the group, and is referred to as the Angel of Dance. If you're looking to learn Babymetal dances, you should definitely watch Yuimetal. Not only is she the best dancer, she is always very precise and accurate with the choreographers. She actually decided to be
really forget if they,
after watching Karen Girls.
Don't do the same thing.
Yes, the same group Sue started in. Yui literally saw Sue years before they would be in the same group together, and decided she wanted to be like her. That is so cute, I'm going to cry. Also, Yui and Moa danced to a Karen Girls song for their entry exam into Sakura Gakuin. They also later performed the same song together with Sue at a Babymetal concert. We love a full circle.
That's dope.
She is small and cute and very much aware of both of these facts. Yui also looks like Squirtle, and has precious chubby cheeks. She is the most shy, and speaks only occasionally, i.e. when spoken to, in interviews. When she does speak, she is concise and factual.
And we challenge English. You are going to love it. 私たちベビーメタルにはキツネ様という神様が。
Who is your favorite singer?
Ariana Grande. Yes, of course. I love the UK.
Her main contribution to interviews is Justy Woo. Sue does most of the talking, Moa chimes in when needed, and Yui just says a woo. Despite her quiet nature, she has monstrous stage presence, and is always killing it in live performances.
Hell yeah. The Wub Wub?
Her nickname is Yui Bot, both.
The Wub Wub? Where did the Wub Wub come from? I just realized my face is insanely bright right now. I think I'm going to turn my one of my lights off. This is yeah, this doesn't look good. I think that's better. Yeah. Alright.
Both because of her precision whilst doing choreography, as well as her lag, which is in reference to her tendency to fall asleep in interviews, as well as her slow reactions to things going on around her.
She's just there like...
If you really want her to talk,
the fucking Windows sound.
Just ask her about tomatoes, which are her favorite food.
Tomatoes?
It says that your favorite food is tomatoes.
Interesting.
True.
And tomatoes, do you like eating tomatoes like just chomping into them like eating an apple, or do you just like tomatoes on things?
That's a weird question.
Yeah, eating it just like that?
What a cutie. Finally, Moametal, or Kikuchi Moa. She was born on the 4th of July 1999, American Independence Who. I only know Moametal. She is an absolute angel in every possible way, and puts out an obscene amount of love towards literally everyone, but mostly Sue. Her favorite pastimes include staring at Sue, making Sue laugh, smiling at Sue, and so on. She is often referred to as Best Metal, because she is a force on stage.
Best Metal. Oh, she got a bit of a Death Grad tour as well, I'd say.
She eats a lot and literally never shuts up about food. If there is an interview going on, Moa will, without fail, bring up food in some way.
はい、アメリカのまず最初に楽しみなのはアメリカの食べ物です。ミルク、ホワイト。
Or do you just binge on pizza the whole time?
She likes her food then. Fair play. Interesting fact. Delicious food. Cheesecake. Well, I missed that. I was reading that. Hold up. She might be extremely calm about it. Her calmness shows her actual age is already above 20, but then unexpectedly, this faithful young woman starts talking about her love of food. When we go abroad, I try to eat something specific to that area. There's tasty food everywhere, but I want to go to Germany once again. Everything is so delicious there. Now I will be 20. I talk with sumetal a lot. I want to go and try beer with her. After this pandemic, you might see Babymetal in Germany a lot.
Despite her love of food, she is the smallest small. She claims she isn't small, but she is in fact very small indeed. She is literally like 4'10", but in true short person form, she insists that she is not small. But she is.
なんでなんで？ちっちゃい頃、小2から小4かな。ちっちゃい頃？今もちっちゃいの？ちっちゃくないですよ。そうやね。ちっちゃくない。ごめんごめん。
Despite smallness, she is crazily buff. Like,
buff.
Her biceps are huge. Buff mower, buff mower, buff mower, buff mower, buff mower,
okay.
Buff mower, buff mower, buff mower, buff mower, buff. She also has dimples and the cutest smile. She is a very loving and emotional person. She cries a lot and always speaks of her friends and bandmates with the utmost love and respect.
No
While
doubt.
Yui may be the best dancer, Moa is definitely the best at crowd interaction. She is a very entertaining performer who is always playing off the energy of the crowd. If you want someone in...
I think that's why they work so well together. They all have their own different like traits, but because of those traits, they create this one amazing J-pop unit, J-pop metal unit. Like, it's insane because they all have that wonderful stage presence, the seriously amazing voice, and they all can dance insanely well.
Babymetal to acknowledge your existence, especially if you're a girl. Get in front of Moa. She is known for eye contact with younger women in the crowds. She loves to have fun too, and she engages in copious amounts of on-stage antics.
Oh. Likes to do her own thing sometimes, I guess.
Black Babymetal, a subunit of sorts consisting of Yui and Moa, whereas who had solo songs on their first 2 albums. Yui and Moa had Black Babymetal songs together. Name a more iconic duo. I'll wait. They have arguably the most metal song in their discography, i.e. Sis Anger.
Sis Anger was the first Black Babymetal song that I reacted to, and I reacted to it live, and I thought it was great. One thing I didn't even realise though was it was a compilation video, and I thought it was the same live performance. Made a big mistake there, but anyway, I enjoyed it. It was awesome. So I got a lot more to check out.
The jam to end all jams.
Yeah, this is the one.
They have an adorable friendship and their songs are all really fun and catchy. And because they are the same age, and were very very small for the bulk of their time in SG, they were always paired up together. So yeah, Black Babymetal is great, and have some amazing performances. Also this is...
It's such a shame Yui isn't in Babymetal anymore. Like, I don't know why or what happened. I don't think anyone really knows the real reason, other than Babymetal, and there's probably something they want to just keep private. Like, that's fine. But obviously now being a fan, I'm checking out loads of old stuff where Yui is involved, and now obviously she's not, which is a shame.
It is irrelevant, but I was lucky enough to hear a Black Babymetal song live at my first show.
Hell yeah.
It's a shame they don't perform their songs anymore, but more on that later. Now for some lore. Babymetal have a lot of mystic stuff surrounding them. Why? Well, honestly, so Koba can keep info from fans. But also to give the girls privacy, so it's okay I guess. Especially because the girls started so young and J-pop fans are immensely creepy.
That pitch is sick.
The main lore is the fox god, or Kitsune-sama. Essentially, they claim...
See, I see a lot of your comments. A lot of your comments about the fox god and Kitsune and stuff. Now it's time to really learn about it.
to receive instructions from a metal entity known as the Fox God. It's weird, okay, I know,
Revelations
but we just
Kokomo.
roll with it at this point. You will hear them say only the Fox God knows in interviews a lot, especially in the early days, as a way of not having to answer certain questions.
Right,
Yes,
yeah, that makes sense.
It had a lot to do with their minimal English for sure, but it was definitely used more often than really necessary.
So it helped them to privatize a lot of things they maybe didn't want to reveal yet, or if they didn't know how to answer a question, maybe because their English wasn't so great. That makes sense to me, I think. Why not, you know?
Fox got nose. Secret.
Oh.
Only the
Okay.
fox got nose.
Nowadays they are pretty self-aware, and generally use it more as a joke than anything.
Only the fox got nose.
This is a great answer.
But you will see foxes everywhere when Babymetal is involved. They are
It's all a
literally
secret.
featured in some way, shape and form in all of their shows, merch, and so forth.
Oh, what the fuck?
Seriously.
That is crazy.
Foxes are their most consistent symbol. It's what they make with their hands too, as opposed to the sign of the devil usually shown in metal. They have some shows with the most extravagant fox designs ever. I mean, hello? Amazing.
Yeah, that's fucking
okay.
dope
So
as
this
hell.
isn't necessarily lore, but I couldn't decide where else to put it, so it's going here. When they introduce themselves they say Babymetal Death, as well as death after their names. This is just a play on desu, i.e. saying who you are in Japanese, but mispronouncing it's likely to have a cute,
making it more
way
metal
of introducing themselves.
Exactly.
There is also the song Babymetal Death, that they would always start shows with in the past.
sumetal です。
Banging tune.
Moametal です。We are Babymetal.
Also not lore, and I even forgot to put it in the slideshow.
I think I saw this show
but
as
they
well.
refer to their fans as the One.
Yes,
So if you
I've
see
heard
anything
this.
about the One, that means you. Lol.
We called the one. The one.
Oh, so all of them together are the one.
We are the one.
Alright.
They also have a lot of lore that relates to light and dark. This mainly has to do with their opposing sides of cute and metal, and is mostly shown in more recent shows, and on their most recent album. Essentially, Legend S starts off stating a new legend has arrived with light. Later on, they have a show titled Dark Night Carnival. Therefore, we have both a light show and a dark show. The light comes from hope, whereas the dark is fear. The fox god is said to send a beam of light that leads to a goddess who must sacrifice herself to the light in order to be reborn as a new messiah. After this death, she flies off so as to use her voice to put lights in the sky in the form of stars. These stars shine down on the people, who become the one. Light and dark are opposites, and cannot exist without each other. And when light and dark intersect, a strange dimension known as the Metal Galaxy forms. This is where the Chosen Seven come in. They are the figures in the Distortion music video, and are related to a comic released, Apocrypha, fictionally telling how Babymetal came to be. So, there are said to be 7 metal spirits that transcended space to the Metal Galaxy, which is the only place they can be seen and revealed as the Chosen Seven. They were led by an invisible force to this dimension, known as the Metal Galaxy, which is formed when light and dark intersect. So all of that leads us to the Metal Galaxy.
Bruh. There's such a, like, deepness to that. I didn't even realize. That is unreal. With the Chosen Seven, you got the fucking light and the dark. Just, that is so metal. That's the only way I can describe it. Like, that is just such a metal thing to fucking come out with.
Which is the concept for their third and most recent album.
It's dope as hell.
We love a space theme.
We do.
So essentially, due to the fox god's divine intervention, metal spirits were sent out, some of which found their way to Babymetal, and with this meeting, they made an odyssey to the Metal Galaxy.
Whether this encounter was by accident or by fate, no one will ever know for certain. All happens in the name of the fox god.
I think Babymetal should have been commentating the first moon landing.
So from 2010 up until 2017, Babymetal performed as a trio at countless Japanese shows, eventually branching out to different areas around the world.
Look at that crowd though,
Their
man.
popularity really soared in 2014 with the release of meme hit Give Me Chocolate. With the success of this song,
yeah,
they were able to branch out even more and go on world tours. During this time they released 2 albums, Babymetal in 2014 and Metal Resistance in 2016. The Metal Resistance tour kicked off with a headlining show at Wembley Arena in London and finished with 2 shows at Tokyo Dome.
What the hell was...
And finished with...
What the fuck? That stage looks absolutely insane. You got like the spotlights on the runways there, and then all the way in the middle, and then it goes up to them at the top on this like balcony thing. Fucking screens all the way around it, and lights just everywhere. What the hell, man?
With 2 shows at Tokyo Dome, their biggest crowds yet. And now the calm before the storm. In 2017, Babymetal held a concert series in Japan, known as the 5 Fox Festival. As the name suggests, there were 5 festivals, ending with the Big Fox Festival shows in October. It was unknown at the time obviously, but the Big Fox Festival would mark the last time Babymetal performed as their original 3. December 2017 would be when sumetal 2014 would...
Oh. I didn't need to go that far back. I just wanted to see. On that little 5 Fox Festival in Japan poster, you've got the Black Fox Festival, which is males only, Red Fox females only, Gold Fox teenagers only, Silver Fox elementary school children, and 16 up. I think that says. Dress code corpse paint. What the fuck, man? So they did like... They had the 5 Foxes and they did different shows... or like to a group of people based on the Fox. That's mad. I wonder what they like how they did that, how they changed things for each show, how they sort of like, I guess, changed their experience so that they could cater more to the people that were there on that day. That's crazy.
With the Big Fox Festival shows in October. It was unknown at the time obviously, but the Big Fox Festival would mark the last time Babymetal performed as their original 3. December 2017 would be when sumetal turned 20, and so 2 shows were scheduled to celebrate this big event. The shows would be known as Legend S, or Baptism XX, to honor Su's big day. It was announced just before the show that Yuimetal had been advised by her doctor not to perform due to her poor health.
So I'm guessing Yui wasn't out yet. She was not at the show for health reasons, it seems. But at this point, I don't think she was completely out. I don't know.
However, the show must go on and all that.
Yes.
So Babymetal performed as a duo of Moa and Su. This was the first time the group had ever performed without a member. Yui's spot was empty, and the choreo was clearly the same as it had always been. Just sans Yui. Moa only did her lines in the songs, and the crowd helped sing Yui's.
That's awesome.
Part of the statement about Yui reads,
just shows the fan base. It just shows the kind of fan base Babymetal have. With a crowd singing along like that for Yui's departure and stuff. Crazy.
Part of the statement about Yui reads, quote, Yuimetal is unfortunately not feeling well, and doctors have suggested that it is in her best interest not to perform. We regret to inform this unfortunate news and truly apologize in advance. We considered cancelling, but came to a final conclusion, to hold these performances as scheduled, end quote. Please take note of the truly apologize, and, in advance bits, as I have a lot to say about them in a moment. Legend S ended, and fans assumed everything would be back to normal once the girls performed again. But unfortunately, something happened before any new shows arose. 2018 began with a tragedy, as Mikio, one of the guitarists in the Kami band, fell from an observation tower while stargazing.
Oh shit, yeah, I heard about this.
He passed away as a result from his injuries on January 5th. Babymetal song Starlight is considered to be a tribute to Mikio. And thus, we have arrived in the year of hell.
You guys have told me
that
this.
Was 2018. The new year did bring news of a new world tour, to being in Kansas City, Missouri in the US in May. Fans just assumed Yui would be back, and performing with the others as no announcement was made otherwise. Remember that bit I said to take note of? Here's where it's relevant again. So it wasn't announced until after that Kansas City show, that Yui was still on a health hiatus, and would not participate in the tour at all.
So they did the shows without actually saying what was going on with Yui. It sounds like until after.
I was actually at this infamous Kansas City show. It was deadass my first Babymetal show ever, woo, and I can attest to the fact that the atmosphere was weird. No one had any idea that everything would be so different. They wanted fans to know about the change for Legend S, but decided to just leave us all confused as all hell trying to figure out what was going on. Unlike Legend S, the formations for choreography had changed, with Sue and Moa switching back and forth with one in front of the other, and Moa had begun singing all of Yui's parts as well. They were also joined on stage by numerous backup dancers. Don't get me wrong, it was still an amazing show, and Sue and Moa deserve all the respect in the world for working as hard as they have to keep Babymetal going, and keeping their energy the same as ever despite the circumstances. I still don't understand why Koba, or whoever, just abandoned the girls like that. Kobametal
was a war criminal.
They really just threw them out there to a confused crowd, and for what? They were terrified. Sue has literally said how scared they were for this show too, stating that she was afraid they would get booed.
We felt show to show that fans were upset about the fact that Yuimetal wasn't present. We tried to put 100% power into the tour, but honestly I think we weren't able to deliver on the first day. At the Kansas City concert, for the first time I had an impression of solo shows are scary. Festivals are scary for me because there are a lot of people who don't understand us well, but then I have the feeling, let's do it. Doing a solo show, however, most people do know us, and in this case it was the first time it felt scary. For the first time I was perplexed, like what should I do? Despite that, as I said earlier, we had a relatively big amount of people coming who only knew of the name Babymetal, and I slowly got the feeling to be accepted. Reaction people not knowing about the 3 people of Babymetal was also mostly this unit is good, so I felt relieved as we proceeded with the tour. Yeah, I can imagine the nervousness and the scaredness, like going into the tour completely quiet about Yui and going in as just you and, you know, Sue and Moa. Obviously the crowd didn't know, so I understand that. I think that's fair. It's people who don't know Babymetal and might be seeing it for the first time probably won't really know what's going on or really mind, and they'll think, you know, these two are great as a unit, and the rest who have known Babymetal for years and known them as the trio, it would understandably confuse them. Like, where's Yui? So I get it.
Or have things thrown at them, which is immensely sad.
That is sad.
Fans reacted so poorly to Yui being missing, just for the Legend S shows, that they had genuine fear they would not be accepted without her. If you were the type to leave annoying comments on social media demanding to know where Yui was, I hope you feel like shit.
I suppose for that to some extent, but for a moment I thought we may not be accepted if Yuimetal's not with us at the first day of the tour.
Okay. Yeah. Moving on. The tour continued, and while there was some anger and confusion still, it ended up going as well as it could.
I'm sure it's still fucking amazing.
Tour, there was a show announced for October in Japan, called Dark Night Carnival. But just before this show was to take place, we got the announcement most of us assumed was coming. On October 19, 2018, Yuimetal officially withdrew from Babymetal, citing her continued health problems as the
health
reason.
Issues were the...
At this point, it had been a full year since she had last performed with the group.
Wow.
That same day, Starlight was released as a single, and again, many fans believe it to be a tribute to Mikio and maybe even Yui also. I hope all the people crying in the comments on Instagram about Yui being gone, or where's Yui know, that she cited the fact that she wasn't able to recover fast enough as part of what 18 was proving to be chaotic as all hell, and would be remembered as the end of an era. But everything ends, time keeps moving forward and
I reckon it was very taxing on her health. Like the amount of work they probably have to do behind the scenes that that we don't see is probably absolutely insane. And it's not for everyone, that kind of work. So yeah, hopefully she's okay now. But fucking hell, I didn't know it was health issues that were the reason.
So must we. So now on to the new era. And now, Dark Knight Carnival, Babymetal's first show as a duo.
Oh, this is mad.
This show is tied heavily with the Chosen 7, which is why Moa and Sue appeared on stage with 5 dancers.
That's dope.
It was also the first foray into the dark side of Babymetal. Whereas Legend S was the light, Dark Knight Carnival is the opposite, the dark. Which, as we remember, are both needed in order for the Metal Galaxy to appear.
Hell
This
yeah.
dark side also gave us a completely new look for the girls in terms of styling. Old dudes who complained about this superior look are weak, and will not survive the winter. Anyway. One of the backup dancers for this show is Saya, who would go on to fill in Yui's old spot during shows in Southeast Asia and Australia. Way too many old dudes were also really mean to Saya for no reason other than she was in Yui's old spot. Saya, being 18 at the time. The nerve of this fandom sometimes. Stop.
I mean, I think them bringing backup dancers is fine. Like, I get Moa and Sue probably could carry the show by themselves, but it's helpful for that added entertainment, I think.
Insulting young women.
And don't make me tell you again.
Shit. Let's get that fucking death glare right.
But, because these shows were after Yui's official departure, they could definitively put someone in her spot as opposed to the US tour, when they reformed the Korea, to not look like someone else was where she should be. Saya was only the first to fill that spot. But for a while, several months in fact, there was nothing going on. And then, a new album was announced, to be released at some point in the year. Also,
Nice.
4 new shows were set for June and July 2019 in Japan. Awakens the Sun Also Rises, and Arises Beyond the Moon, which would serve as Legend M for Moa's 20th birthday. And with these shows, we were propelled into the real new era of Babymetal.
And to support sumetal and moametal, 3 brave Avengers were summoned by the Fox God.
Avengers?
Today, one out of these 3 chosen dancers will be selected. But who will be summoned is something only the Fox God knows.
What, to be like part of Babymetal, or?
There were now going to be 3 backup dancers who would switch out in the 3rd spot.
Oh, okay.
Their names were never actually announced or anything like that. It was fans at the shows who figured out who they were, and let all of us know.
Eagle-eyed fans, man. If you want to hide someone's identity, you need to cover every angle possible. Like, I remember, I think Slipknot, right, they got a new drummer, and I'm pretty sure it was a Devil in Eye music video. A tattoo was shown or something. So then everyone figured out who the drummer was. Like, eagle-eyed fans saw it. I'm like, okay, I know who he is now. And eventually, people just figured it out. You gotta really be good at hiding someone's identity to really stop people from figuring out, because people are gonna look everywhere and try and find that shit.
No. The Avengers never have mics, they just dance. And they are in fact considered new members in a way, especially considering Sue and Moa have spoken about them in interviews.
About this new addition to Babymetal.
They are the Avengers.
The Avengers.
You know, yes. And chosen by the Fox God. はい、彼女たちが加わってくれることによって、本当にベビーメタルに新しい風が吹いていて、本当に毎回の公演で影響を受けていて、私たちも成長できていたらいいなと思うので、私たちの姿をこれからもたくさんの人に見ていただけたらいいなと思ってるので、ぜひライブに来てください。
I bet it takes a lot of pressure off them as well, having the extra backup dancers. They don't have to carry the show all by themselves. So I think that's great.
So, who are they? Day 1 of the Sun Also Rises show gave us our first Avenger, Riho. Day 2, our second Avenger, Kano. And finally, Super Slipper Festival in Taiwan gave us our third Avenger, Momoko. Now let's get to know these three. First up, rihometal, or Sayashi Riho. She was born on the 28th of May 1998. She is a former ace of the J-pop group Morning Musume, and is known to be a really good dancer. The general reaction to her performing with Babymetal has been, given her status as a J-pop icon. She graduated from Morning Musume in December 2015 in order to focus on other things outside of the limelight. She has been the Avenger at quite a few shows so far, including multiple in Japan, Glastonbury Festival in the UK, Brixton in the UK, numerous shows on the US and Europe legs of the Metal Galaxy World Tour, as well as the Forum show in LA. Despite being an incredible dancer, she is very clumsy.
Oh shit.
She is also a ball of chaos.
What is going on? What is going on here?
Her laugh is great, and it amuses me immensely.
Oh my god.
She is also a really charismatic performer on top of being a great dancer, and she makes sure you never forget she is, and always will be an ace.
Mad.
She's also small. I feel like that's just a Babymetal requirement at this point.
Be small.
Because she's like lower levels of small. One more thing. Remember how I said Sue was in an acting school in Hiroshima back in the day? Well, guess who was in her class and even performed together with her?
Rio.
Next up is little Baby Kano, or Kanometal, or Fujihira Kano. She is the youngest and her birthday is the 28th of August 2004.
Oh, she'll be 16 then.
She is the current student council president of Sakura Gakuin, which, side note, is a position that both Sue and Moa held back in the day.
So Sakura Gakuin
she
is
the
still
Avenger in the Papaya,
going on as well.
Elevator Girl, and Shanty 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 music videos. She has only done shows in Japan, though, and did not participate in the Metal Galaxy World Tour. She is, and I mean this in the kindest way possible, a very strange child.
Well then. Give me your dog.
Kano performed Give Me Chocolate at a Sakura Gakuin show as part of a unit shuffle. She was in Moa's spot. As a result, we have her saying, yet another small. However, considering she's an actual child, maybe she will be less small in the future. But for now, she is very very small.
Fair enough.
She is also in a somewhat newer Muse unit called at 1-5, so she is one busy bean. This could also be part of why she isn't touring. And finally, Momokometal, or Akazuki Momoko. She was born on the 3rd of March 2003, and is a former member of Sakura Gakuin.
What's the date today? Yo! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Okazaki. 3rd of March today, damn. At least the day I'm recording this.
She graduated from the group in 2018 and had been doing musicals. She has been the Avenger as much as Riho, with numerous shows in Japan, Super Slipper in Taiwan, shows in the Metal Galaxy World Tour in the US and Europe, as well as the Forum show. She is literally the smiliest, happiest bub. Even happier than Moa, and that's saying a lot. Metal or whatever, I'll just smile.
It's always good to smile.
She is the tallest Babymetal member now, which isn't really saying much, but she is a teeny bit taller than Sue. She is just out there living her best.
I love how each member gets like they're either tall or they're really small. And for some reason, that's a thing.
Best life, and I appreciate it immensely.
Oh, but Moa is the
Also,
small, right?
She and Kano were in Sakura Gakuin together, and she was in Mini Patty, and wore the yellow bandana, which was worn by Yui during her Mini Patty days. The Avengers are all talented and wonderful, so I better not see anyone comparing them to each other or Yui, as comparisons are not at all necessary. They are all great in their own right and do not deserve to be compared for petty nonsensical reasons. But yeah, for now it seems we will have all three continue to switch out. At recent Japan shows, all three were on stage together with Moa and Sue, so that's pretty cool as well.
That's dope.
Nothing keeps me up at night more than thinking about how young Kano and Momoko are, and how many creepy middle-aged men follow Babymetal.
I can't protect them.
But yeah, now we are up to 2019. With the Avengers in tow, Babymetal embarked on a new world tour to promote their third album, Metal Galaxy.
Who the fuck is this?
The album was announced to be released in October,
Huge
the same
features.
day as a headlining arena show in LA at the Forum. The US leg began before the album release, which was a dumb decision, but dumb decisions just seem to be a muse's MO at this point. Riho and Momoko, as mentioned, did the entire tour. They would do smaller shows by themselves as the Avenger, but for the Forum, they both participated, just switching out every few songs. This formula, of having multiple Avengers for bigger shows, has carried on to the recent Japanese shows. This November 2020 will be Babymetal's 10th anniversary, and therefore something big will likely be happening.
Oh yeah, I remember
Some
that.
people
That
think
was last
they'll
year.
add in a member permanently. Maybe they'll bring back Babymetal Death, as it is a song used to introduce themselves, and since Yui is gone, they will add in the Avengers, just one, or maybe all three. Honestly, who knows?
Only the fox got knows.
And with that, we are caught
Of
up
course.
to where Babymetal currently is.
Wow.
I hope you learned something about Babymetal, and enjoyed the video. It turned out way longer than I anticipated. My bad. Anyway. Kitsune's up.
See you.
Hell yeah. So that was actually really, really helpful. And I don't think that was too long at all. I think it had to be long because there's a surprising amount to know about Babymetal. Like, honestly, I didn't expect to get so much information. Like, there's so much to know about Babymetal. It's unreal. And damn, that is a long video. I mean, I think this reaction is about an hour long, which is insane. I've never done a reaction this long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Regardless, that was fun to watch. It was fun to learn, and I didn't get bored of that at all. So much useful information, you know, good stuff to know about Babymetal for when I react to more stuff. So, yeah, thank you, rnegitsune or Megatsune. I think it's rnegitsune. How you want me to say that? I don't know. For making that video. Really useful for someone who's only just getting into them. I mean, it's coming up to about a year since it came out, actually, so probably quite a lot has changed since then. So yeah, we learned a lot. We learned a lot about the one, Fox God, the, you know, Yui leaving, the different like crazy tours they did in Japan, like that Fox, the 5 Fox world tour they did. You had the men only show, the women only show, the kid only show, and I think they had the corpse paint show as well, which is mad. But like I said, I kind of wonder what sort of different things they did for each show there, how they catered it to the different audiences, because that's interesting, very interesting. And yeah, we learned about the fox. I don't know if I'm actually doing that right. Probably not, but yeah, there was a lot to learn, so thank you. I enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell notification. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to check out some more Babymetal reactions, plenty will be coming soon, I promise you. Also, this is a shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for subscribing, thank you so much for pledging, I really appreciate you. Names are up on screen now. If you haven't joined my Patreon yet, links down in the description below. That helps to support the channel and helps me to continue making videos like this, which I really enjoy doing, so thank you very much. Also, I stream on Twitch 5 days a week, stream reactions, make videos, and much more. If you'd like to have some time, click the link in the description below. Hope to see you there. And that's it, guys. I'm out. A whole damn hour. Let's go. Peace.